In last week's video, I introduced my new Ole Hickory Ultra Q, and I had said in that video that this week I'm doing the first cook, and today is that day. Let me show you what I'm cooking. Right here I've got some pork spare ribs. They come from Porter Road, just one rack of ribs, and I've also got 2 pork bellies that also come from Porter Road. Now, if you're having a hard time trying to locate pork belly in your area, I know I do. I have to go to like an Asian market to find it, and it's really cheap commodity type pork. It's not near as good as this, but that's what I have to use a lot of times. But I'll have a link in the description box for Porter Road. I am an affiliate with Porter Road, so use my link if you're interested in any of their meats, and they've got some really good quality meats. Now, what I'm using for the rubs, on the pork belly itself, I'm using this ash kicking honey chipotle barbecue. It's gonna have some sugar in it because I'm making burnt ends of this, and burnt ends on pork belly anyway, is supposed to be very sweet, not too sweet. It's kind of like a meat candy is what I always call it. And that is bottled by Suckle Busters. Speaking of Suckle Busters, I've got their Texas pecan barbecue rub right here. That's what the ribs are getting. And I am going to remove the membrane off of the ribs, and we're just going to get a really good seasoning with that. And then the pork belly with this, and I'll probably use mustard as a binder as well. And from there, we're going to put them on the Ole Hickory. It's been running now for about 20 minutes, coming up to heat. I mean, it comes up to heat quick as far as what the thermometer is showing, but it takes a little while to saturate it, you know, to where all your insulation, everything's up to heat. So I figure a good 30 to 40 minutes of run time before we actually put the meat on. So I want to go ahead and get this seasoned to where I can let all that sweat in good, and then it goes on a smoker. We'll bring you back at that point. All right, we are up to heat. I've got this set to where it's running between 225 and 250. That's the range on that. So we're gonna open it up. Ooh, look at that smoke. Now I went ahead and installed some pans on here to try to make cleanup a little bit easier. We're gonna pull this bottom rack out. We're gonna lay our rack of ribs right across here. There's enough here where you could do probably 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly five racks this size. But we're just doing one today. But now let's go on the top with some of these soon to be burnt ends. And the other ones. Just like that. So let's close her down, latch it down, and we are cooking. All right, let's take a look and see what we're looking like. Beautiful smoke coming out of that. But we're gonna take a look and just see if we need spritzing. And we do. They're looking pretty dry. Pull it on out. I love these racks that are so long and you ain't gotta worry about them falling. They got them little hooks underneath them that'll prevent them from falling even out this far. That way I don't spray on my pit. Looking good there. I just want to look at the bottom of some of these and see if I need to roll them over. Now they're actually looking pretty good. I'm just going to leave them just like they are. I do want to probe them just to see how tender we're getting and what kind of temp we're reading. So let's take our ThermoPro Lightning here and let's just probe. Oh yeah, man, probably about another hour. Those are doing good. About another hour, and these will be ready for phase 2 of these. Might as well do the ribs while we're at it. Let's get in the meaty part. They're starting to get a little tender. About another hour, hour and a half, those will be ready. Since I got this ThermoPro Lightning in my hand, I want to talk about it briefly. This thermometer was introduced in the fall of 2022, just 4 or 5 months ago. And this particular thermometer is their 1 second or under thermometer. Extremely fast, is very durable, high quality, great readout. And the price that they're offering us now is reduced tremendously from where it started. So it's very well worth looking into. I have links in the description box where you'll get exclusive discounts on this thermometer and all their other thermometers, depending on what you're needing. But I highly recommend this. Be sure to check out the link and check them out. We have been going right at 4 hours. So I'm gonna open her up. So I'm gonna get these off, and I'll show you here in a minute what I'm doing. But for right now, I want to pull these ribs out and do another bend test. We've been trugging along at 225, so that's a low temperature. Everything's just gonna take longer, but I love a real low and slow. Yeah, we're getting a little bit more bend, but not much. Our bones really aren't pulling back too much yet. They will. So I'm just going to transfer. This is just one of the racks. I've got a few of these pans. We're just going to lay these in the bottom. That smells like some good barbecue, Pawpaw. I'm going to use this Bartolini's. That is a raspberry habanero barbecue sauce, and let me tell you, that stuff is fire. It is good. Dump the rest of that bottle. It's about 3/4 full. You just want to get in there with your gloves, your hands, and just toss and turn and get everything completely coated. If you've never had pork belly done like this, I like this better than brisket burn-ins. I'm not going to show unloading this next rack into the pans, but I am going to show you the sauce I'm going to use. This is a different sauce. That's a Blue Hog's Chipotle raspberry, or raspberry chipotle. So I'm going to go ahead and get it unloaded. We're going to get these back on and let them keep going. And hopefully these ribs are going to finish off about the time these are ready. We are done. And man, I'm here to tell you, this just smells incredible. And I did not wrap anything. And as you can see, the color is great on these. These look freaking amazing. Now let's see the important part. How do they taste? I want to know what this thing tastes like with the smoke profile and everything. So there's a rib. They look really good. I don't know if you can see all that juice. They're extremely juicy. Let's try this. That smoke is perfect. I mean, that smoke is absolutely perfect. What this reminds me of, it's like you got the smoke of an offset smoker, if not even better, but you got the convenience of a pellet grill. It's kind of like the best of everything. You turn it on, you walk away, and you do have to check your wood periodically, but not that often. It'll sit there and just smoke for hours. But that is such a perfect smoke. Now, what I'm really waiting for right here, let's take this burn in right here. This is the Bartolini's barbecue sauce. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Fantastic. My goodness. If I paid for this in a barbecue restaurant, I'd be very happy. Truly amazing barbecue right here. This is top notch. I know I'm going on and on about it, but I don't know how else to do it because I'm really excited to have this pit. And my goodness. I want you to do something real quick. I want you to try one of them burn-ins. Grab it by the fat side and bite all the meat off the other side. There you go. Unless you like all that fat. Tell me that ain't good. Melt in your mouth. They don't call it meat candy for nothing.
That's good.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh my God.
That's what I said. If I was to buy this and pay my hard-earned money at a barbecue restaurant, I would not be disappointed, not in the least, and I would definitely be going back. Fantastic. All right, everybody, we're out of here. I'm Russ Jones.
I'm Derek Jones.
We are Smoky Res Barbecue. If you haven't checked out last week's video where I did a complete walk around this Ole Hickory Ultra Q, then click right here and I encourage you to watch that. And if you can ever find that in your budget to afford one of these Ole Hickories, I think you'll be very happy. Buy once, cry once, and that's it. That would probably be the only pit you would ever want right there as far as smokers go.